Hi, welcome to Emily Elizabeth Reads. I'm Emily, and this is the beginning of a weekly reading vlog. It is currently Monday, April 26th. And yeah, I'm gonna start a weekly reading vlog. It has been a while since I filmed, and I have missed it. I have missed it dearly. So I currently am sitting in my car outside my house. I am about to drive in like 35 minutes into the closest city to where I live. I am actually starting a new job, so I have to go in and fill out the paperwork, kind of my like onboarding paperwork. So that's exciting. I don't start the new job probably until maybe the middle of May. So I still have a couple of weeks to kind of relax before I have to readjust to my new work schedule. My dog is just staring at me right now. She's just waiting for me to turn on my car so she can chase it. Yeah, so this week I am focusing on reading 2 series. So I started watching. It's very hard to watch TV when you have a baby. So Kit is 7 months now, and he is crawling, he is eating, he is sitting up, he is also very clingy for some reason. So yeah, he's not giving me much time to myself or time to watch any new shows, but Shadow and Bone just came out. So I have watched 1 episode of that, and it was amazing. I think it might be one of the best adaptations I've ever seen, even though I've only seen 1 episode. So I'm not gonna put too much stock behind that. We'll wait till I finish it and then we'll see. So I am currently reading Ruin and Rising. I never actually finished the original Grisha trilogy. So I read Shadow and Bone. I eventually read Siege and Storm like 2 years later, and I never got around to Ruin and Rising. Though I have read the Six of Crows duology, and I loved it. So I have not read the King of Scars duology. The second book in that just came out. And I would really like to read that because I am loving Nikolai. He might be one of my favorite characters from the original trilogy. So yeah, I'm going to finish that. I'm about like 30% through, and it's interesting, but I feel like I'm kind of just reading it to maybe get to the other books. After I finish that, I might read Six of Crows again, like a reread, before I go into King of Scars. So the second series I'm reading is the Mercy Thompson series by Patricia Briggs. This is the second book in the series, Bloodbound. The first book is called Moon Called. I read that a few years ago. I just saw a bunch of these books on audiobook on Scribd, and I was in the mood for urban fantasy. So I went to my library, got out the ebooks, I got out the audiobooks, and I have this second one, and I also have the third one in paperback. So yeah, I've been working on this. I'm not very far in, maybe like 80 pages. So far it's good. Her writing is never as her writing is not as like immersive as I hoped it would be, but I kind of felt the same about Anne Bishop and the Others series. So I don't know if that's just like an urban fantasy thing for me or what, but I do like Mercy as a main character, and I am interested in the lore of the world. It has like all different kinds of creatures, from werewolves to shifters. Mercy, the main character, is a shapeshifter. She shifts into a coyote. And there's also this second book features its main plot around vampires, and there's fae, there's goblins, there's all sorts of creatures. So I'm really excited to dive into this world and see more of what Patricia Briggs has to offer. I will probably be listening to this audiobook. It takes me like 40 minutes to get into town. We live out in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, so I'll probably listen to that on the way there and on the way back. And I will update you either once I finish something or if I just have something to say. I guess I better start my car and let my dog chase me down the road because she is getting less patient as time goes on. It is... Sorry. Kit's in his crib. I can see What are you doing? Smiling at me. Okay. It is Wednesday, April 28th. I finished Bloodbound, I think, Monday night. What the heck is he doing? I definitely have to lower his crib because he's like sitting up in there and it's freaking me out. Yes, I finished Bloodbound on Monday night. I ended up giving this 4 stars. Overall, I enjoyed the story of the second book. It revolves around the vampires in this lore. Mercy has a friend called Stefan who is a vampire, and he asks for help, and she kind of gets embroiled in this mystery. There was one part towards the end where, like, the climax happened, they fought the big bad, everything was good. And I was like, cool, I'm ready for this to wrap up. But then they ended up fighting like a second big bad, which I thought they were going to kind of leave till later in the series. But no, they ended up fighting another big bad. And then there was like an extra 10% of the book where I was like, oh, okay. But overall, I still enjoyed this. And I gave it 4 stars. Then I moved on to Ironbound, which is book 3. This third book is about the Fae and the Grey Lands, I think, or the Underhill. So it's about them, and there's some murders going on their like special compound that they live on. And Mercy's like old boss is kind of framed for a murder. So yes, we're just getting into the very beginning of it. I think I'm only like 50 pages. So the mystery is just kind of beginning to unfold. So far, so good. I'm definitely interested in the Fae in this world because it seems like it's a little bit different, has some more original ideas from Patricia Briggs herself instead of just from regular lore. It seems like there's going to be some stuff with Selkies and some other cool, interesting stuff. So I'm excited to see and learn more of the Fae in this world. I am also still reading Ruin and Rising. I just got to a part where I'm not sure if Nikolai is okay, and that is not okay for me. Also, something is about to happen with the Darkling and his mommy. So I'm definitely like stopped at a super pivotal point, but things are really picking up, and I'm excited to see what where it's going to go, and if Nikolai is going to be okay after this. Yeah, so I'll probably read that for the rest of the day, and then also Iron Kissed. Wow, I said Ironbound, I think, earlier. I will come back and update you if I start or finish something else. Today's a big day. It is currently Friday, April 30th. I am out in the world again. I am going to get my second dose of the COVID vaccine, second dose of Pfizer. I'm really excited. Not excited for the side effects if they happen, but very excited to be fully vaccinated. I'm at a Dunkin' Donuts in a parking lot. I just ate a delicious donut. I'm drinking some decaf coffee and living the good life. So I have since finished one book. I finished Ruin and Rising. I ended up giving it 5 stars. I loved the conclusion. I really don't know. For the past, like, however many years BookTube, I've been watching BookTube, and people have been talking about the Grisha series. I've always heard slightly negative things about the ending and about the character of Mal and about how the characters end up, which I think is stupid because that was crazy beautiful. I loved the ending. I found it extremely satisfying. I think I loved how every character arc was completed fully. From the Darkling to Alina to Mal, I think it was all super dope. So I don't know what anybody is ever talking about if they say they didn't like how that series ended. I loved it. I'm really excited to finish Shadow and Bone. I still haven't watched any more. I've only watched the first episode, but now that I've read the full Grisha trilogy as well as Six of Crows, I'm really excited to see exactly what they do with the characters. And Ben Barnes is beautiful to look at, as is the actor who plays Mal, as is the actress who plays Alina. They're all beautiful. Everyone's beautiful in that show. So I'm excited to watch it and see what else they do with it. I am still reading Iron Kissed by Patricia Briggs. That is the third book in the Mercy Thompson series. I'm enjoying that. I actually am liking it so much more than the second book that I read, because there is kind of there was kind of a love triangle that I was just like over. I already know who she picks. So that's kind of ending in this book, so I'm excited. And I'm really like loving the Fae lore that Patricia Briggs has added into this third book. There's lots of interesting things that she is getting into through this mystery, so I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, and then I'm also currently reading, I think it's Demon from the Dark. It's the 9th book in the Immortals After Dark series. I have been reading this for a long time. I just stopped this series. I've been reading this series for a long time. I just stopped in the middle of this book. I tend to stop in the middle of these books for some reason. I think it's because they're a little bit longer typically than a lot of other paranormal romances you'll find. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish this one and see if I want to carry on into the next one or just take another long break. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to continue the Mercy Thompson series because I'm enjoying that. Yeah, so I'm off to get my second dose. I will see you after. Hello, today is Wednesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, it's been a while since I've updated. I've read I've finished 4 books since then. Hopefully Kit will let me, he's back there in his car seat. Hopefully he'll let me kind of update you and then wrap up the vlog here. I also am in my car again. Actually, I wonder if you can hear anything I'm saying. Oh, so I finished Iron Kissed by Patricia Briggs. So yeah, I gave this 5 stars. I really enjoyed the Fae lore, like I said. I really enjoyed the writing. It seems like the world is getting a lot more fleshed out. I'm starting to enjoy Mercy's character more. She's starting to feel like more, not to be funny, but human, more real. And I'm enjoying Adam about as much as you can enjoy an alpha werewolf. He's kind of stereotypical for that trope, but I do like him and Mercy together. So this book did go into some, I would put a content warning for sexual assault and rape. It went into a very dark conversation and it had some really dark plot points in regards to the main character, Mercy. She was assaulted and it gets really dark towards the end. I was not expecting that. I was not prepared for that. That being said, I did enjoy the purpose with which Patricia Briggs addressed victims' experience in sexual assault, especially kind of feeling self-responsibility, things like that. I wasn't expecting to be affected by it as much as I was. Yeah, but I'm very excited to continue the series. I'm getting more and more involved and interested in the characters and the world and the writing. Yeah, so the next book in the series is called Bone Crossed. I actually ordered the next 4 books in physical copy, and then I think I also have them out from the library in audiobook, so I will be working on those. The next book that I finished was Whiteout by Adriana Anders. This is a romantic suspense book. I've really never read a romance like this before. It was really interesting. So it's set in Antarctica for starters, and the hero and the heroine, he's just staring at his feet. The hero and the heroine get trapped in Antarctica. There's weather as kind of threat or overarching threat or danger, and then there's also something going on with like a big bad and ice cores and a virus. And yes, it was kind of intense and kind of got kind of crazy towards the end, but overall I really enjoyed it. It was a wild ride, and it was really easy to just read because you want to kind of see what's going to happen. And I liked both the hero and the heroine as well. Then I finished Demon from the Dark, which is book 9 in the Immortals After Dark series. I gave it 3 stars. I found the hero, who is a vampire demon, Malcolm, to be kind of boring, especially for the heroine that it was, which is a witch called Caro. She's kind of quirky, like she kind of reminded me of Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I really liked her, but yeah, the romance was a Cressley Cole romance. Like the hero is very like tough. They couldn't even speak to each other in the beginning, so it's interesting trying to see them learn to communicate with each other. And there is also a second element of the heroine has like an adoptive daughter situation going on, so it's really interesting to see how the 3 of those characters interacted, especially because the hero probably didn't really have any softness to him, but he was soft with the little girl, so that was sweet. I have since moved on to a few other books that I am reading at the moment. I'll probably talk about that in a follow-up reading vlog, which I'll launch into a bit later. But for now, I just wanted to wrap up this vlog. Yeah, so I read a decent amount of books. I read Bloodbound, which I gave 4 stars. I read Ruin and Rising, which I gave 5 stars. I've read Iron Kissed, which I gave 5 stars. I read Whiteout, which I gave, I think I gave that 3.5 stars. And then Demon from the Dark, which I gave 3 stars. Yeah. So I'm going to go drive Kid around. Hopefully he'll fall asleep. Thank you for watching the reading vlog. I know a lot of it was in the car, but hopefully I'll have added some clips from life that you can enjoy. I'll update you with what I'm reading in my next vlog. Bye!